how's it going, everybody? This is a little bit different. Haven't done this before. Actually, I haven't done one of these in a while. A pre-recorded video. It's going back to the YouTube days, which probably the last one I did was 2018 or 17 or something like that. So this is a little bit different. But we are not live, as you can tell. We are doing a pre-recording. So with me is David and Alex, and this was Alex's idea, and I think it's a real cool one. We're going to be talking about, mostly this is going to be like tech related stuff, but we're going to be focusing in on one thing right now, and that is a interesting collar for a dog. I didn't look into it too much, so I'm not going to give you the description of it right now because I'm with you right now. I don't know what I don't know what it is either. You don't know. I don't know. Alex knows. So we are going to talk about that and some other little things. So this is a little tech time with the BG crew. Alex, thank you so much for wanting to do this. This is different, and I'm just going to throw the frisbee over to you because I'm curious about this thing we're going to be talking about. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about this elusive collar that I've been hearing about?
First, I gotta say, was the frisbee intentionally a dog pun?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I thought it would fly under the radar.
For anyone who didn't get that, I wanted to make sure that was pointed out because that was great. Well, it's pretty simple. It's the collar I use for Francis, and it's a GPS collar amongst some other neat little features on it, but my gremlin over here, you can't see him, he's off screen, but he's over on his bed right there. He loves to run off. And he runs at Mach dog, so I can't exactly catch him.
Okay.
And this collar doesn't take off.
Yeah. A lot of them do. I remember these collars come in small, medium, large, extra large. Everything from tiny little chihuahuas all the way up to Great Danes, and I think technically one step above that, whatever that may be.
Okay.
He personally uses, I believe, an extra large, not an extra, because of his fluff. Come here, Francis.
Yes, get Francis here. Talking about a dog who needs to be here and present.
In the video.
I mean, I don't have one. I have a toy of a dog. I can show in front of the camera. I don't know where it is though, but there we go.
Hi, Francis.
He's got the ball in his mouth. Look at that.
He does. I can give a whole nother review on this ball. He loves these things.
Yeah, mine just don't care for dogs, for toys.
Well, Francis didn't either when I first got him. Come here. I know, you're about to feel naked because Dad's taking your collar.
Francis doesn't even know he's being recorded right now. He just thinks all that matters right now is that ball.
Oh.
Yeah, basically. So it's a bit dirty, so pardon that. But the company's Fi, or it's like Fi or Tri-Fi. I'm not sure exactly which one's the company officially is because I've seen it both ways.
Mm-hmm.
But the website's trifi.com. All the stuff is marked with Fi, just F-I.
Okay.
So this is the collar.
Fido. Short for Fido.
Maybe. I don't know.
I bet it is.
I bet you I have no idea. So this is the actual GPS module and everything that charges. This is the Model 3, the Mark III. This is what they're selling as of while I'm talking to you guys. It is pretty much solid metal. It's got an LED on it. That little faint line in the middle. It's an LED. It's a rock solid LED, very bright.
Okay.
It sorry, I'm reassembling because I go here. The collars you saw can be taken off. It's interchangeable. So you can get, if you're getting up for a puppy, you can get a smaller collar.
All right.
And just up the size as you go on. In fact, I convinced my neighbor recently to get it for his just turned 2-year-old dog that was Francis's best friend. And we've already had a test run in the past week since he's gotten it. Dog ran off to come over and play with Francis.
Can you use any collar for the device, or do you have to use theirs?
So they do have some third parties, and they sell their own. But the interlocking mechanism here, actually, uses a magnet and interlocking here to tighten it just to the GPS module and the collar.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's a bit of it's not a bring any old collar you want, but there's a large selection. They have leather ones. They've got all kind of patterned ones. They've got custom made ones you can put in orders for. This is just one of their stock ones, though.
Okay.
And it works well for Francis.
What's that pattern on there again? What is that pattern? Let me see. I'm thinking just for some reason my brain went to cyberpunk for some reason when I looked at it briefly. It doesn't look like.
This is the side that actually shows.
Oh, okay.
However, some do have it where this is the side that will show. Depends how you order it.
Okay.
The old model just had like a latch here. This one doesn't. This one clips in like a clip. It's solid metal. It's great. It's rated for several 100 pounds of static force. Like he'll sooner choke himself out or break his own neck before he pops this thing.
Nice.
So could you put that on a polar bear? Because they're really strong.
Probably not.
Okay.
But I can hold myself up by it, and I'm 320 pounds, give or take.
Gotcha.
Plus, while I'm holding another 80 pounds, if I recall what it's rated for correctly. But anyways, this comes with an app on your phone. It's the Fi app. They got kind of like a social media thing with it too, if you're into that. I occasionally post Francis pictures. It's rare, but I do. And everyone loves him. Obviously, it's Francis. I get about a few months charge on it from my use case. My neighbor, who is a lot more out and about, a lot less around home with theirs, his is about a week before he has to recharge it. However, this collar is rated for 3 days in its emergency mode. You lose your dog, you toggle the emergency mode. At 100% charge, you have 3 days of getting a GPS ping every 60 seconds.
Okay.
For the collar. And the LED's going off. Yeah.
So it uses cellular for its data transmission? Okay.
Correct. Mine is LTE. Well, obviously LTE. Mine's AT&T for my area. Great service for it. That's the only downside I've seen is if you're, say, in an area where you don't have great coverage for whatever the provider is at the time. That's a problem.
That's usually a problem for a lot of things in general.
Yeah.
It is. But where I'm at, I've got great service. I've tracked his fuzzy ass down sometimes when he runs off for 2 hours, and I'm tracking him over 5 miles. And we've used like 30% of the battery in that emergency mode.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He likes to run. He does. So this helps me just track him and get him back, and it has saved his fuzzy butt more than once. It comes with the collar, the GPS module. Normally they sell it with a subscription. I just buy mine for a year at a time.
Okay.
It's nothing too crazy. You're the first order up front for the GPS, the collar, shipping, and I did a year for mine. It was a few $100. But the peace of mind of knowing what my fuzzy gremlin over here is doing is worth every cent.
Okay. Well, I know one question that a lot of people are going to ask is how much is just the collar?
$1,000.
I don't know if they sell just the collar because it is reliant on the cell signal to get the info back to the app.
Okay, but if you go out to the website and you want to actually place
let's show the website.
Order.
That's a good segue. Let's go to the website. Let's take a look at it right now.
And I'll bring it up on my end too, see if I can get you an exact answer.
All right, let's see if this is actually showing. Yep, okay, it's showing on my screen.
Kind of help break it down. It's like, what does the collar cost? Up front, just to get the collar, and then how much is this subscription service?
Okay. I may have a dark mode on, and it's like messing with the way it looks.
So subscription can be as much as $440 a week, which is still at $19 a month. I get the 1-year plan, which charges me $189 annually.
Okay.
And it's like $3.60 a week. The longer you commit, the cheaper it is per week, basically.
Okay. Right.
So I'm on the page, as you can see right now. Well, you can't see it. We're not live, but I am on the Get It page where you have to pick the size and all of that, and the colors. I apologize if this is very white, but that's just the way. That's just the white they decided to go with on the side of the page. It's very bright. So let's go with medium or large. Let's go.
The 12-month prepaid membership plus the collar is $189, and that's they give me a 30 discount and waiving the activation fee due to that current promo, which is New Year.
You could do 6 months for $99, $189 for 1 year. FYI, Boundless Gamers is not affiliated with this company. We're literally just curious about this product and we're going to talk about it. So
it's
just wanted I should have led with that.
No affiliation at all.
Yes.
I've had great success with it. I wanted to share it. So
you could do $20 a month as well. Build if you didn't want to drop $100 for 6 months right out of the gate, you could do that.
Correct.
Okay.
Which breaks down to, like I said, something like $4.40 a week, give or take. However, is a one-time fee, and with the Series 3, which is what they currently have, as long as you have a valid subscription, your warranty is valid.
So I just got to point something out real quick, and it is still related to what we're talking about, but I'm looking at the animal pictures right here, and this is one of the most serious pictures of a Dalmatian I have ever seen. The pose that they got this dog to be in, obviously they had somebody on the side like jingling something and it looked over, but it is like one of the most serious Dalmatian pictures I've ever seen.
Yeah, they get some good pictures in there.
It's a very good picture. Okay, so product details, here we go. We got all new Fi Series 3 device plus collar, not the color, included for free. Oh, so the collar is included with the membership, like as Delica said. You can't just buy it.
Correct. But when it renews, it is cheaper on its own. Once you hit, say, your 1 year renew, it was a little bit cheaper for me. So, but I upgraded from the Series 2 to the Series 3. They had, due to the Series 2 was a plastic housing, and the metal collar had worn through it.
Okay.
Well, I upgraded it, and they were great. They gave me discounts on it. They transferred over all of my existing time. They gave me a little bit of an extra discount, plus free shipping and handling and all that to where I was. And given the nature of what was going on, they even gave me an expedited shipping. They were excellent about it. And my old Series 2 base still will function to track him with the Series 3. It can't charge the new collar, and I'll explain that in a minute. But it can still, the new collar can connect to the old base for tracking purposes still.
Now I'm looking at the features. It just tells you, like, it compares it with AirTag and microchip and all of that, and it shows all the check marks and everything it gets. What is the main? What would you say for those who prefer microchips? What is the main reason why you prefer something like this over the microchip?
I would tell you do both. Something happens, the collar falls off, collar dies, somebody steals your dog.
Yeah,
the microchip will come into play.
Yeah, because microchipping doesn't give you GPS tracking or anything. It'll give identity and contact information for the lost pet, but not the GPS. And that's where this, I think, is going to really fit, because you get people like me. My two Great Danes, they love to go wandering around, and sometimes one of them likes to really go roaming, and trying to go and find him out in the neighborhood. It can, rural neighborhood, could be anywhere.
That's a great segue into this. So these will give you, let's say you activate the lost dog mode, which is the emergency mode. Tries to ping the collar at least every 60 seconds to get a location.
Okay.
It will give you the nearest street address. So you could literally take what it gives you, punch it into a GPS, and drive there. And if it's far enough away, it will give you raw GPS coordinates as well.
A new question for you then.
Yes.
We've got a lot of tags out there now that we can get as an option for our pets.
That is true.
Michael did mention the AirTags, the Apple AirTags. what, they do sell for a lot less, and they're rechargeable, or you can replace the batteries in them.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the benefit of going this route rather than an AirTag?
So an AirTag specifically, I'm going Apple AirTag. The same stuff applies to the Samsung equivalent or the Android equivalent. They have to have a cell phone within a certain distance to be able to phone where that chip's location is.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
This is standalone. This phone's its own stuff, own information out. You follow it on your app. And to kind of circle back a little bit to, you said your dog roams. This will, once it leaves your house, or what you designate as the zone, which are all completely configurable, what you call it, how big it is, etc., it will track them. So you can literally track their path. And let's say you go for a walk with them.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now on the website. It looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Or they say they go for a walk on their own without you. It will track their path. But also, a nice little addition it does that helps me keep track on him is it counts their steps and stuff too.
Yep.
Steps versus average steps versus rest. So it gets you a general strain score. How much are you working them, etc. And for those who are a little more competitive or if they have a more active lifestyle, there's a leaderboard. And for the ones who are more active, it actually has an integration with, I believe it's pronounced Stravia app. It's basically an exercise tracking and social kind of stuff for people. So it integrates with that too.
Nice.
And that's their biggest integration. However, those who like home automation, there's a plugin out there for Home Assistant that interacts with your Fi account, and it will pull the state of your dog collar for home automation.
Huh.
For example, when sunset, if he wasn't home, it automatically turned on my lights and triggered the light on his collar to turn on. If it wasn't
in other words,
that's cool.
In other words, it's compatible with Alexa and Google?
No, not directly. You could technically interact with them through Home Assistant, and I'm talking about my personal experience on it. It's just a community-made plugin. I believe it was even open source, and I had great success with it. When I found a few bugs in it, I reported to the guy. They were patched within 12 hours, not 24. 12.
Okay, so the guy was the plugin does work with. I mean, because the most common home automation is going to be Alexa, Google, and Siri.
Yeah.
So
more than likely.
I haven't personally tested them with those, so I cannot confirm or deny one way or the other. Okay. However, I was able to interact with the collar through Home Assistant via Alexa. Or I was using Minecraft for a while, and then the open AI Google sound stuff. So anything that could interact with Home Assistant, which is the popular ones, Google will interact, Alexa will interact, a lot of the self-hosted ones will interact. You could interact with the collar through it. You can't say something like, "Where's my dog?" But if you configure it right, you can do turn on my dog's collar light. Or something like that.
Okay.
The functionality was meant more as a pull rather than a push for automation.
Okay.
But I found great success with it. And I keep looking over at him because he keeps staring at me.
Why are you still referring to me this entire time? What are you talking about? I don't understand.
Why can't I have my collar back?
That's also true.
I believe you did say that you have a code that you can give out so that people can get free shipping.
I didn't know about this.
It's a link and such, but let me pull that up because I've forgotten about that and you caught me off guard with that. So full disclaimer, I get a month of free service for anyone who actually buys the collar and uses it. It's not that big of a deal. But I believe it also gives you something like free shipping or a month or something like that.
Okay.
Depends what they're doing at the second.
Well, we'll need to get that link included in the broadcast.
Yeah, it'll be in because this will go up on YouTube and stuff. It'll be in the description of the video. And if you're wondering where is it, go look down in the description and somebody write down a note to remind me to put it in the description because things slip or I don't have a pen near me.
We'll also have the link to the website in the description as well.
It's specifically right now, according to the referral link, you get $20 off and 1 month free of the membership.
Oh, cool! So you can kind of give it a shot. Yeah. If you don't like it, then you can
the return policy is pretty solid too. Last I recalled, it was like 90 days, no questions asked, kind of deal, for like a full refund. So it was pretty solid too.
That's fair. I feel like I would know if I'd like it or not within 72 hours. I wouldn't need 90 days to figure that out. But that's cool that they offer that.
Yeah, I mean, some people, they want to give it a solid test run, you know? Of, hey, we're going on a trip here, or I have a little more of a mountainous area. Mine runs off the AT&T service, which is great in my area. You guys might want to double check yours. I believe they go primarily off of AT&T. But like I said, this collar is its own entity. You do not need a cell phone directly nearby to track it. However, if you do, and it has the app and it has Bluetooth, you can get a significantly more precise, like down to a foot or two in my experience. Without the phone, you're about 10, 15 feet, maybe. Like I've lost him in the woods when he decides to take off running. I didn't have the Bluetooth on my phone, so I wasn't that precise. I couldn't see him, but I knew I was like right on top of him. I turned on the Bluetooth. I was within Bluetooth range. Started calling him, and suddenly he materializes from the swamp.
So can he hear you like when you call the dog? When you call your dog, like through Bluetooth? Is there like a way you can communicate? Oh, no. So that would be interesting.
Bluetooth is just a nearby tracking.
This is what they need to add.
Sharing.
For version 2 of this collar, I want there to be a little speaker in there. That way he can hear you be like, come back home or something like that. And it'll be.
My hot take on that is I think that would lower, this is a great segue into this actually, lower its water resistance. It's damn near waterproof. I mean, he's gone through the swampland more than once in my backyard.
They might be able to hear it on low frequency. And they can cover it up more.
Does he choose to listen?
I didn't say the dog was going to listen or not, but I just said he could at least hear you. He would ignore you. He's like, you're not here. You're not the boss of me. I'm gone. I'm going over that hill.
Yeah, he gets confused in the woods. I'll call him, and he follows the echo.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that would just send him into a panic, personally. But I don't think they will, because that drives up a price a little bit. It requires significantly more functionality, a way for bidirectional data versus basically unidirectional.
That wears the battery down pretty fast.
Significantly. Always have that in mind.
Gotta get a battery pack on his back. You put a little No, I'm just kidding.
We're not turning him into a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, proton pack.
No. Anyways, it's been great for him. It really has. I can track him when I'm at work or something. I can just take one look. I know his collar's nice and secure on him. Take a look. He's at home. Peace of mind. Has he been napping all day? I can normally get a sense if he's been napping. Has he been playing throughout the day? What's going on by his steps? It breaks down to steps per hour. As time goes on, it breaks into days, weeks, months. I haven't hit the years part where I can look back, but I'm sure it does too.
I like that when you mentioned earlier leaderboards. You know how there are some people that are competitive over everything. So I'm curious if they look at the leaderboard and their dog is like number 4 or something. It's like, he needs another 2,000 steps. Come on, we got to go. Let's go, run. We got to get number 1.
A lot of people, I'm sure, do. Francis personally sits at an adult dogs in Ohio. He is sitting right now, as I'm looking, at number 3,418 out of approximately 6,000 dogs.
Okay, he's in the top 50%. All right.
Out of German Shepherds, he's sitting at about 8,800 out of about 15,000 dogs. And he's not in the top 100,000 of all the dogs on FI. However, if you have people around you who are using it, such, let's say I gave it to David, gave him a collar, we exchanged
Friends
numbers. That's exactly what there is. My neighbor's dog has absolutely one-upped me.
Do they give away any incentives or rewards if you are in the top of the leaderboard?
No, it's just bragging rights.
That would be interesting if they did that.
Entertainment. There's also kind of like it's got Instagram integration into it for his pictures. So that's pretty solid too. They're starting to release some new functionality into the app. You can send like your vet and get like a general health report that pulls from the collar activity and such to be able to send as a PDF to your vet. They've got the Smart Box, which is basically a way to add documents easily. Vaccines, any kind of travel documents, easy to pull up on your phone. Dog park, nearby dog parks.
So speaking of dogs,
yes.
I need to pause the topic right here because my dog's whining, needing to go out. So
go ahead.
I will be right
Honestly,
back.
that's very related to what we're doing. So go let your dog out. And
I'll use this next segue. Something he could do if he had the collar and wanted to
the camera's following him around and just noticed this. I have to watch this for a second. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is excellent.
This is great.
We have a flamingo little toy down there. We have a camera. We do have an electric guitar. We have a Spectre monitor with a keyboard.
We have an incredibly blinking Christmas tree.
Yeah, anybody who have epilepsy or seizures of any kind, please look away right now.
We're probably going to black this out for his privacy, but
I don't know. It depends on what happens here, because if everything stays casual and okay, we may have to keep this in because I find this very entertaining.
Oh, this is fascinating.
This is literally amazing right now. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Give him a nice pat. There you go. Pick him up. Oh, well, that's kind of heavy. All right. What's he going to do now? Yeah, that's it.
We cannot tell him of this.
Oh, he knows it's on. He knows it's on.
We can't tell him it did it. We just can't tell him.
There you go. All right.
What you playing in the background there? What you got on that screen there, my man? As we only see the top of your head.
See the top of your head?
down.
There you go. I manually move it around with the OBS bot center because it's just better that way.
Great.
That was very interesting. Yeah.
That was fascinating.
That was fascinating. You have to go back and watch this.
You get a full commentary there.
I had to make sure. I mean, nothing. I was like, do I have to edit anything out here? No. We're just gonna let this go. We're good.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm just gonna be straight with you. I know he said like, yeah, just don't tell him. We were literally commentating on what you were doing for the past 2 minutes. So the thing was following you around and zooming in, and I'm just like, no, we can't talk about this other thing right now. I have to focus on what's going on in this feed.
I mean, we got the Christmas tree. We got you picking up the pupper. We got everything.
Yeah, he's got wobblers, so sometimes he has a hard time picking his butt up.
Yeah. But anyways, so back to this segment. One thing he could do, say he just lets his dog out, as he does.
Mm-hmm.
If the dog strays from within a designated zone, normally called the safe zones, it will alert him automatically. Hey, he left the house without an owner. So he'll get an alert on his phone. He can go out, take a look for him. He can start the tracking immediately if he needs to, like I do with mine. All that stuff. And it keeps upping the GPS location on it.
Okay.
So it's also kind of an early warning system. You don't just look out an hour later and your dog's gone for who knows how long.
So there are some people who like putting collars on their cats. I mean, some do, some don't. Depends. Do they have a cat option? Or could you just get a small one technically for a cat if you wanted to?
And you could probably get a small one, but I don't know the actual viability of that because I haven't tried. And while, yes, I walk my cat, she's got a harness, and yeah. He's also got a harness.
I don't see why you couldn't.
Yeah, it would probably track the same way.
Yeah, but maybe the solid metal might be a little heavy for a cat.
That's true. Plus, it'd be kind of boring to watch the GPS feed of a cat because they're going to be sleeping in the same spot for a long time. If you watch, you're like, oh, they're still there.
I don't know. I know a few people who have ocelots and really big.
Well, at those
cats.
points, that's just a feline dog. You could probably fit it pretty well on a Maine Coon or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys get my gist on that. This collar has saved his fuzzy butt more than once.
That's great.
Including when I first got him. It tracks his location, his exercises. It gives me nearby dog park locations. I hook up to his vet on the regular with it. It's been a great utility. And I've had it since the only thing it could do was track his location and give him his general steps and a leaderboard. They've added this dog park stuff, the interaction with Stravia, that like human exercise app, and the documents and hooking up with the dog parks vets and all that. They've added that since I've had this, so they're continuing to develop as well.
Nice.
But I'll reiterate too, as long as I have an active subscription, which is the self-service, my warranty is good. And they have said that to me previously. Now, the base it comes with, it hooks up to your Wi-Fi in your house, hooks up via Bluetooth to the collar. It basically puts it in a low energy mode, still tracking them pretty frequently, but it doesn't pull anywhere near the energy that the LTE does for the collar and the GPS. That's also its charging base. The Model 3 is just wireless. You just set it on, it nestles into a groove, and it charges. And the only problem I've ever had with that, I contacted their support. I rebooted the collar. Turns out it was charging the entire time. It just didn't want to give an updated version of the charge level to the app, but it was charging. Reboot the collar. Life was good.
Speaking of warranties, this is a little bit of a sidetrack, but it is tech related. So I bought this. I had a couple appliances I bought recently. One of them was like a portable tea kettle electric tea kettle that you can bring with you and stuff, and like when you're camping and things like that. I was looking inside the warranty card of this, and there's two things that just caught my eye. I just wanted to just bring up real quick. Is this normal for it to have a product warranty card that says that they will replace the item from the date of purchase within 7 days of failure? 7 days from the purchase? Isn't it usually 30 days, a year, or something like that? Is that even a thing?
Only for 7 days?
7 days for this thing.
Yeah.
I have to ask, is it from China?
It was from Walmart. So probably.
It's from Walmart. It's from China.
It gets better. Right here, it talks about how boil the water and all that stuff. But this line right here made me question humanity once again.
Do not drink hot water.
In the process of boiling water, it is normal for the kettle to become hot when pouring water into boiling water.
My kettle said water damage voided the kettle's warranty. If the device was found to have interacted with water, it will void the warranty. It's a kettle. Its purpose is to boil water.
It makes you wonder.
No, it makes me feel bad for the human race.
That scared me when I read that.
Yeah.
That really scared me.
Anyways, we've covered a lot about this collar. The only thing I can really think of is the base. The biggest con I've seen right now is with the base, and it's that it still uses micro USB instead of USB-C. But that's it. That is literally the worst thing. And they, by the way, do include a charger and all that with my last one.
What?
They may or may not anymore. I'm not sure. But that's my worst thing I can say.
Let's kind of just
pretty solid
segue into that for a second. I got to talk because everybody is always. I get it. Like I get the whole thing about USB-C far superior. I get it. It is. I agree. But I think this whole thing about micro USB BC, my micro USB is, yeah, okay. It kind of sucks sometimes. You put it in the rock because it's only going one way and all that stuff. You put upside, we constantly punch it upside down. But everybody just goes into an uproar about that, and I'm just like, it really doesn't bother me. The thing I like about C though is that you get faster charging sometimes with better wires and all of that.
That was the big sell point for C though, was it's capable of faster charging and putting more voltage through the wire, where micro C or the micro, it's limited.
Yeah, it's limited. So, my point is, people were freaking out over how you plug it in. I'm just like, that doesn't bother me.
My big take is the port durability. I've always found micro USB to be lacking in port durability. Yes. USB-C, I've got on my laptop, actually, the one I'm using. I looked back because it was there earlier. Technically a Thunderbolt port, but it's a USB-C interface. This laptop is about 10 years old, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running Linux on it, so that's why it's still surviving. The charger port is wobbly as hell. It still works. All I would have to do is glue it back in place on the inside or something. It still works, and it's a USB-C interface. If that was a proprietary one, other than maybe the old rectangle from Lenovo, it probably would just, the board would be dead because there wouldn't be a way to replace it. I mean, I'm loving USB-C and therefore Thunderbolt's interface too. Thunderbolt's very versatile. But
C's a bit more easier to use because you can have, it doesn't matter how you plug it in. You can plug it in upside down or right side up, or it's very forgiving.
It is.
But the micro, the reason why it really in the end is a failure is because it does have a specific shape, and people don't see it because it being so small, it's very hard to tell when you are upside down plugging it in.
It does suck in the dark. It sucks in the dark. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It's like you're just fiddling with it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just used to the wire, I guess. It doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah, personally, I think we need to start moving towards more conductive charging than wired. That's just my viewpoint.
At a certain point, though, you could theoretically reach the point where you're cooking a person like a microwave while charging the devices if you get a high enough throughput on it. And that's why everyone's paranoid over. Like, you get more radiation stepping out to get your mail than you do from a wireless charger, realistically.
Yeah, absolutely right. I've told that to somebody once, and they're like, well, here's the difference here. Here's the difference, Mike. The sun is natural. I'm just like,
the sun literally causes cancer.
I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. We have to put a screen cleaner and a cleaner. Yes, the cleaner. We're gonna put the
I have about
sunscreen
talked out on his collar, and pardon what I'm doing. I'm hooking his harness on him.
Oh, you're good.
Thank you. I've about talked out on his collar. Do you guys have any more questions on it?
Let's see. What?
I'm good.
And if anyone that watches this has questions on it, I'm more than happy to be around for when this airs.
Yeah, leave them down in the comments, because this will be posted in a few other places. I will also, like I said, we'll post this on YouTube as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, leave something down in the comments, and anything you leave down in the comments, hey, we might actually read something down there on our next stream, a live stream or something. You never know, because I've been gathering any kind of comments from various places, and have a nice little folder of them. So when I want to pull something from the community, there's a nice pile of them there I could just grab from them. So anything you want.
I'll spring a surprise on these two too. It was talked about maybe this would be content, but my desktop, the CPU bit it. Let me know if you want to see me fixing that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Get an explanation of how I came to the conclusion that was the problem.
All right, well, that was cool. I like this short little bite-sized content that we just did right here. Now, we've only been recording for about 40 minutes, but I know when, look, there's Francis trying to get there's the ball. Stop taking the ball from him.
He loves playing tug with it.
But it says 40 minutes right now. I'm sure this is going to be edited down to be something even a little bit shorter. I mean, I think I'm going to leave the part where David got up because it's pretty funny. I think he's going to enjoy that.
Pretty entertaining.
So, but thank you anybody who is watching this later. Well, obviously you're watching this later. You can't be watching it right now because nobody's seen it yet. But thank you so much.
Technically.
Oh, we have. Francis has seen it before you. Have you ever thought of that?
I can definitely say with the size of those ears, he probably heard it before I thought it.
True. But yeah, thanks again, Alex. This is actually really cool. I had a really good time with this, and looking forward to doing some more tech stuff. And why not? This is pretty cool. It's different. I like different.
I sent David my referral code on it, so you guys don't have to use it. But like I said, according to what it currently does, as of December 29th, 2024, it gives you $20 off and a free month. So that's better than nothing.
What if I put it on my own neck?
What you do in your free time is up to you, but please do not involve me in whatever else that may involve.
I'll put it on my neck, and then I'll run around the block, and then people can track me.
No, actually, the steps, it would take 2 steps for you to count as one on that. It tracks the 4 paw movements.
Okay,
as one step.
So this is what I'll do. I'll get on my hands on the ground.
Okay, we're getting too far here.
I'll try to mimic the walking and running of the dog.
Oh no.
Anyways, on that note, thank you guys for stopping by and watching this. We will see you again real soon, somewhere, whether it's on Twitch in our live stream, links in our channel, or wherever you're watching this, you'll find links somewhere, or elsewhere. But until then, all have a great day, night, evening, wherever you are. See you again soon. Have a good one, guys.
Adios.
Bye.